nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Tonight, the Eastern Panhandle's big-time rivalry adds another chapter. It's Martinsburg and Hedgesville inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The Bulldogs hosting the Eagles. This big-time matchup between two of the top teams in the state of West Virginia, the number 6 Eagles and the number 4 Martinsburg Bulldogs here on their home court, trying to go 2-0 against the Eagles to start the year. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Our cameraman on the TV10 side tonight is John Alderton. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. Colin, Hedgesville and Martinsburg, both 3-1 in the EPAC so far this year. Hedgesville 10-2 overall, Martinsburg 7-3. Coming off of the last time these two teams played, it was a dominating performance by Martinsburg at Hedgesville, 56-27, where Hedgesville just could not get things going from the outside or really the inside. Again, only scoring 27 points for the whole game. And the Eagles and Coach Kelly Church will try to turn things around tonight in the second matchup.
Yeah, not to sugarcoat it, offensively it was an embarrassing night for Hedgesville that last time around. I believe around 20% shooting for field goals, and then 0 for 12, 0 for 13, one or the other when it came down to three-pointers. One of their worst ones of the season. Do we see that tonight? Most likely not. You don't typically see, each time you play a team, especially on the second time around, poor performances. Typically you adapt, styles make the fights. I think we'll see Hedgesville come out a little bit better tonight, but will it be enough to take on and take down Martinsburg? I don't know. You still athletically, when it comes down to the speed and just the, I guess, skillfulness out there with the moves on the court, you got to favor the Martinsburg Bulldogs. But can they knock down shots of their own as well? We saw them earlier this week, Monday night, against Hampshire here. They got the win big time, 68-34, but very slow start for them, which has kind of been their weakness this year, but they've gotten away with it for a majority of the time in the second half. We'll see how things go tonight, if they're able to knock down shots or not.
And these are two teams that, especially this year, are known for their defense. Kelly Church coach teams for Hedgesville are sort of always known for their defense and their ball control. This year, Martinsburg also known for their defense, but it's the full court press that really bothered Hedgesville and has bothered a lot of teams so far this year, Colin.
Yes, it really has, and that's why they've been able to become a top 10 team in the state. Once again, only losses coming to Lindsley Academy, one of the top private schools in the state. Spring Mills, the number 1 team in the state, and Morgantown the number 2 team in the state. So for those that like Martinsburg, it's nice to see them back to old shape again after a rough season last year, and they're looking to continue that success tonight. And we'll see who it comes from, because it started off really with Keyshawn Cheek, the newbie, coming over from Spring Mills, really leading the way in the front court alongside Chase Shipley, a guy that a lot of people were familiar with, one of the stars from last year's team that was a returner to this year. But when we saw these two teams meet up, it was really a coming out party for Jackson Steen, who has really started to explode since then offensively, especially from deep. And Garrett Height had a few threes that game as well coming off the bench. You'll see him probably come off the bench here tonight as well. Is he able to knock down a few shots like he did that last time around?
Well, interestingly enough, with Martinsburg running a little bit of a different lineup here tonight, we saw it. It's the same lineup that we saw on Monday, where Jackson Steen is actually going to be in the starting lineup here tonight with Josiah King, the freshman guard, who had been starting a lot of this year, dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury, so his minutes were a little limited on Monday. Still got some offense going in the second half against Hampshire, but Coach Rogers has decided to go with Jackson Steen in the starting lineup here again tonight. And we'll see how the guards play on both sides for Hedgesville. As Tay Wilmer and Xavier Kirk give a lot of the offense for Hedgesville, but then you also have to throw in Quincy Pittsnoggle into the mix. It's a bit of a homecoming here tonight for the Pittsnoggle family. Saw Kevin Pittsnoggle in attendance earlier here in the gym. He's hard to miss when he is in the gym, obviously, so tall here, but the former Martinsburg Bulldog, Kevin Pittsnoggle, here to see Quincy Pittsnoggle, his son, play against his former high school team here tonight. Only had 4 points against the Bulldogs in that first matchup, where all the Eagles had struggles getting points up on the board. With that, we'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have our coaches' interviews with both Kelly Church and Dave Rogers of the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We'll be back with more EPAC boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg. The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you are certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Welcome back to the Parsons Ford Countdown, the tip-off, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, getting you ready for Martinsburg and Hedgesville in boys basketball here tonight. Let's get you ready for that matchup with our coaches' interviews. Brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, friendly. Let's start with Coach Church of the Hedgesville Eagles.
Right here with Coach Church of the Hedgesville Eagles. Coach, guys are at 10-2 on the season, number 6 currently ranked in the state, 3-1 in the EPAC. At this point in the season, how do you feel about where your team is?
Obviously I worry more about, are we better at the end of today than we were yesterday? It's like, okay, well, our record in the EPAC and our overall record, it didn't, we didn't have to play Spring Mills and we didn't have to play Jefferson because of the snow. So that kind of skews the record a little bit as you get to the halfway point of the EPAC schedule. So, man, when the year started, I don't care who you would have asked, whether it be you or Hedgesville be sitting at 10-2, and they would have won certain games, and we're doing the absolute best we can. When I say we are, like our coaches, our kids, everybody involved with our program has bought into what we do and how we do things, and it's given us a chance to maybe win some games that certainly on paper we probably shouldn't have won.
That last EPAC game that you guys had was the win against Washington. How did you feel about your team in that matchup against the Patriots?
Well, really good, actually. I say it every time anybody asks me a question about it. It becomes like those guys are our friends, so they're not our friends now that they're coaches at other schools. And so, like when Ryan was coaching at the middle school level, it's not like we weren't still friends and we didn't talk, even though he was at a different middle school. And so, and obviously Kyle was with us, and all the other guys were with us, and Zane, and so. Is almost their entire staff either played or coached with us. That makes it difficult from a standpoint of you both know everything. The only thing that ever irritates me, I wish guys when they ran all the stuff they used to run when they're with us, sometimes I wish they just call it the same stuff. So we joke around about it, but we run a lot of the same plays, a lot of the same sets, a lot of the same concepts, and so although our players are a little different. And then in that game, it became a gimmick defense game. Like, obviously, we tagged one of their kids, or we called it. Like, we denied the Boardley kid everywhere, and we think we did a pretty good job. She still scored 15, I think. So, we did the best we could. And defensively, we schemed it a little bit, and they certainly did. They went gimmick defenses on us, and I was really, really pleased that our kids adjusting on the fly and doing some things that we've covered, but we maybe haven't covered to the extent we will before the playoffs, because playoffs, it's all one and done, and no matter what anybody says, those games, like, they all matter. You're a high school kid, you only get 22 regular season games, and then the playoffs, so all the games matter, but in the playoffs, it's in that first one especially, it's one and done. So you got to be ready for all sorts of gimmicks at that point. But so I was pleased how we handled those things. I thought defensively, we've been pretty locked in. Obviously, beginning of the season, we lost to IDEA, really, really athletic team. And to be honest, we did some things defensively that game that aren't typical to what we usually try to do because of some of their personnel, and it hurt us. And so, other than that, the only game where we thought we really, really didn't do a very good job on defense was the Martinsburg game. And part of that becomes, kids buy in, but when you're never scoring the ball, it just becomes difficult to get them to continue to buy in. At halftime, the score was 17-7. And I'm not taking anything away from Martinsburg. They did a great job on their defensive end. We held Martinsburg High School to 17 points and a half. And we've got to score more than 7 if we think we're going to have a chance to beat them. So,
I was going to go into my next question. That is your one EPAC loss in the year so far. How do you plan to try to get more points up on the board tonight compared to what you guys kind of ran on offense last time?
Well, one, you got to make shots. And two, there's a fine line between playing, patiently and intelligently they force you to attack them. They force you to, which is going to cause more possessions in the game. Part of it is personnel-based. They have the personnel to do that. Sometimes we play against another team that they may have to do it with a zone or a zone trap. Martinsburg can just flat out get after you from one end to the other end. So we have to be able to handle that pressure. But then when we have 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s, we have to be willing to attack. And in that game, we weren't. We didn't, and we didn't do a very good job. And so, then for us, it becomes like a numbers game. Are we deep enough to play that speed that they're going to try to force us to play? And so kind of becomes, the two sides to the coin. And we have to attack when the opportunities present themselves, and then we also have to find a way to take care of the basketball, and not necessarily just run up and down. And you say, like, what would you do different? We had a few kids not show up. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way against them, I think the world of our kids. We had kids get distracted. Our kids no different than anybody else's, and so. We had a kid who was dealing with, Xana was dealing with the loss of a grandparent. Our entire team had been to a wake that week, and just things were different. It was we practiced in the morning a couple days because it just was off. And again, I'm not an excuse guy. If we had everything perfect, it doesn't matter if you go 0 for. I think we were 0 for 12 or 13 from the 3-point line. You go for 3 turn from the 3-point line, it's not going to bode well. So, I think our mindset has to be a little bit different, and also understand that, if you look at things now and the way they sit and everything else, we're probably playing Martinsburg a third time, right? We probably are. And that one will matter way more than this one. But for us, we have to compete. We have to show up and compete regardless of what happens on the scoreboard tonight, and show up and show them that we're not going to play passive. When they give us opportunities to attack, we have to be willing to do it.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Sure. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, here with Coach Rogers of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, how have you felt that your team has been playing in your recent games? You came out here on Monday against Hampshire, got yourselves a pretty big win. Try to build momentum into this big week as you have a lot of EPAC games coming up for the week.
Oh, we certainly do. I like where the kids are right now. I like to shoot the ball a little better, but our defensive pressure is good. We're doing what we're supposed to do there, and the only thing if you keep, eventually those shots will drop. Don't like missing layups, but I tell you what, I love our effort and I love our energy, and as long as they keep working hard, and it is a big week. We got this one tonight, and then Spring Mills on Friday, and Morgantown Saturday, and Washington Monday, and leave for Charleston on Tuesday. We've got 2s in Charleston, so yeah, it's a big 2 weeks for us.
When you have a big sort of week like that with a lot of games, maybe more than a week than usual, do you prepare your team any differently, or you just kind of try to just go through it like any other week?
Well, you really have only got one day to get ready for your opponent, and then we'll have to come in Saturday morning to get it prepared for Musselman because there's not a day in between. And we got to watch our legs. We don't want to lose our legs. Although we got 10 guys that can play, and you just have to prepare and then go do what we normally do. There's not a whole lot you can change this time of year. You've kind of grained your image of what you want it to be, and we'll take it from there.
You mentioned you got 10 guys that can play. It does feel like this team has a good bit of depth to it. How have you felt about that? And as at least from our perspective on the outside, it feels like as the year has gone by, some more guys have stepped up as the games kind of come and go. How have you felt about the depth of your team when it comes to just past your 5 that you put out there on the court to start the game?
Well, and it is, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. I know everybody's hung up on if my name's going to get called, but you just got to I like what we're doing, and that was one of our goals about 4 or 5 games back. We got to build some more depth, and I think we're doing that right now.
And now tonight you have Hedgesville coming in. You guys were able to get the win at Hedgesville, 56-27, first time around. Had a lot of defensive success against them. What do you think you want to replicate from that last game and try to bring it into tonight?
Well, I'd like to have the same score, but I don't think that's going to happen. I tell you what, they've gotten better, and we're going to do what we do. They're going to do what they do, and it's the guys who do it best. We keep telling a slogan for our kids. It's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. So you've got to go out and be ready to play, and you've got to give effort every night and be hungry and play hard.
And finally, would you say the main thing is tonight, if you could have one focus for your team, say we need to do this thing well tonight to be able to succeed against Hedgesville?
Well, I think we need to run our break and be where we're supposed to be and get some points off our defense. And we've got to watch where their shooters are. And they got a couple kids can shoot the basketball. So you've got to be very, very cautious and be alert where they are.
All right, thanks for the time, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Pat.
All right, thanks again to Coach Church and Coach Rogers for our pregame interviews brought to you by Rocks Local Markets. Let's take a 2-minute break and be back with our keys to the game and the starting lineups. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics have moved to a new location. Our RNI team has moved to a larger custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. RNI teams now located in the new Spring Mills office include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming patients at this new location in Spring Mills. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
Welcome back to the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Just a couple minutes away from Hedgesville versus Martinsburg in EPAC Boys Basketball. Colin McLaughlin and Dylan Bishop here with you. And we'll get Colin's keys to the game here, brought to you by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. The key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home and friends and family pricing. Colin, your keys to the game for both Hedgesville and Martinsburg.
For Hedgesville, got to feed Quincy Pittsnoggle down low, 6'9". He had a very quiet game offensively the last time these two teams met. He has the size advantage. You need to make sure to be able to go down low to him. If he's not able to make those shots, he hopefully would be able to make the pass, kicking it outside and getting it to somebody open for three on the other side. Martinsburg, use that full court press, force the turnovers like you know you can, and just run up and down and dominate like last time. 29-point win last time out. If you're able to cause some turnovers, force some bad passes again from Hedgesville, it'll be the Bulldogs on the winning side for the second time this year.
And we'll also get you our starting lineups here, brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Give them a call at 304-263-4343. For Hedgesville, it's number 3, Xavier Kirk, number 12, Tay Wilmer, number 13, Zandon Gainey, number 21, Noah Brown, number 24, Quincy Pittsnoggle. And for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, a little different tonight. Josiah King will come off the bench, dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury. So it'll be number 1, Jackson Steen, number 2, Keyshawn Cheek, number 3, Chase Shipley, number 4, Kyrie Bunny, and number 5, Anthony Owuna. So again, just like Monday, It's jersey numbers 1 through 5 as your starters for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And with that, let's take one last 2-minute break here on the Parsons Ford Countdown Tip-Off. And when we come back, we'll have the opening tip-off here between the Bulldogs and the Eagles, the big rivalry game here in the Eastern Panhandle. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Stephen Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Opening tip-off here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. Representing accident injury claims for over 50 years, go to skinnerwins.com. It's time for the opening tip-off here between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Hedgesville Eagles. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here with you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Our TV 10 cameraman this evening is John Alderton. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. It'll be Anthony Awuna and Quincy Pittsnoggle taking the opening tip for the Bulldogs and the Eagles. It's won by Awuna. Tips it back to Keyshawn Cheek, the former Spring Mills Cardinal, now Martinsburg Bulldog. We'll bring it up and start things for Martinsburg. Ball swung top of the key for Chase Shipley. He drives and kicks for Keyshawn Cheek. Three-pointer from the right wing. No good. Rebounded by Quincy Pittsnoggle. 0 for 1 to start for the Bulldogs. And here comes the full court pressure from Awuna and Cheek. Getting Noah Brown in a tough situation. His pass almost intercepted by Bunny. But Zanagini's able to get it back. Noah Brown gets it there. Trapped by the sideline. Gets away. Passes to Wilmer. Here he comes into the front court. Tries to drive inside. And he's going to have a charge called on him. Drawn by Chase Shipley. No points either way after 2 possessions, 1 for each team.
A great job early on here with the full court press, trapping Brown down, double teaming him the defensive end.
Jackson Steen, ball in the left wing, moving to the top of the key, tries to pass it to Chase Shipley. He can't handle the pass, a little low. Goes off his hands and out of bounds. It'll go back to Hedgesville.
It just seemed like Shipley kind of took his eye off the ball before bringing that bounce pass all the way in.
Brown to inbound. Tries to get it into Gainey. It's deflected back out of bounds by Kyrie Bunny. It's 7:07 left in the first quarter. Still no score. Brown looking for space. Gets it into Gainey. We'll go right back to Brown. Keyshawn Cheek comes up to guard him in the backcourt. Here comes a trap. He gets it across the front court to Xavier Kirk. Ball go back to Brown. Now to Wilmer in the left corner. He pump fakes. Now he drives past Shipley. Gets to the rim and draws the foul.
Smartly done there by Wilmer, kind of going in a little bit, drawing that contact with his shoulder before going up and catching Martinsburg off balance to draw the foul.
First foul of the night is drawn against Chase Shipley for Martinsburg. First free throw from Tay Wilmer is no good. Second one from the lefty will go in. So 1 point on the board finally. First one goes to Tay Wilmer. Martinsburg will work it back on the other side. Right wing, Jackson Steen now in the right corner for Cheek. Now back to Steen, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Xavier Kirk. 6:35 left in quarter number 1. Here comes Noah Brown getting it across half court. Picks up his dribble. A little bit of a trap there. Gets it over to Kirk, though. Now we'll go back to Brown. Here comes another trap. Gets it over to Xavier Kirk. Wide open. Pulls up from mid-range. No good. Rebound off the bounce by Jackson Steen. Here comes Martinsburg. Picking up the pace a bit. Chase Shipley. Now Keyshawn Cheek slows it down. Out by the left wing. Pulls it back out to the top of the key. Guarded by Gainey. Setting up the offense over to Shipley. Now Kyrie Bunny left wing. Guarded by Wilmer. Gets it to Awuna, top of the key. Dribble handoff. Jackson Steen. Now Cheek, top of the key. Left corner Shipley. Back to Steen. Now for Shipley. Keyshawn Cheek, right wing. Tries to drive inside. Called for a travel before he puts the dribble down.
Yep, he went up with the pump fake, which caught Hedgesville, and he wanted to drive that right lane, but he just didn't get the dribble down in time when he started taking off for the basket.
Hedgesville looking to break the press again. Brown picks up his dribble near the Bulldog logo, able to get it across into the half court, the front court to Xavier Kirk. Quincy Pittsnoggle outside, cross court pass to Wilmer, who just barely saves it from going out of bounds. Gainey, Kirk, three, too strong, but long rebound goes out to Wilmer past the three-point line. Wilmer having the ball back to him from Brown, right corner, pump fake drive, draws another foul.
Yeah, I like that move there by Wilmer. He had the pump fake, which got the two defenders by him. He thought about taking the three instead, smartly decided to attack the basket, saw the open lane. Unfortunately for him, he missed, so no three-point opportunity, but still gets to go back to the free throw line to try to extend the lead here for Hedgesville, this slow offensive start.
First free throw from Wilmer is good, so now he has both of tonight's 2 points up on the board. First quarter on TV 10, brought to you in part by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ransom, proudly serving our area since 1880. Second free throw from Wilmer's no good. 5:10 left in quarter number 1. Keyshawn Cheek has the ball in the right wing for Martinsburg. Gets it over to Shipley. Now left corner is Kyrie Bunny. Passing the ball around the outside is Martinsburg. Keyshawn Cheek slows it down. ISO against Noah Brown. Passes it to Steen. Now for Bunny. Looking for room. Pulls up from the left elbow. Too strong. No good. Gets the rebound, though. And then dribbles it out of bounds for the turnover.
Yeah, good defense there. Couldn't see who it was for Hedgesville, but somebody got their hand in there to swat that dribble of Martinsburg's and went off his leg and out.
Here comes Noah Brown pushing it the other way. Quincy Pitznagel's dunk attempt is no good. He gets his own rebound, though, and puts it in. It's 4-0 Hedgesville. Ball hung around on the rim a little bit and then came back down. 2 points for Pitznagel. 4:22 left in the first quarter. Martinsburg slowing the ball down in the half court. Kyrie Bunny will get the ball in the left wing. Now top of the key for Awuna. Fakes the dribble handoff. Now he gets it to Jackson Steen. Open for three, and he sinks it. Jackson Steen gets the first 3 points up on the board for the Bulldogs. Makes it 4-3.
And that's what you need from him if you're Martinsburg, is Hedgesville burns a timeout.
Almost got themselves a 5-second violation, so they had to burn one. Coach Church will talk to his team. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
I do.
We got double the Rocks gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rocks Rewards.
We got double the Rocks gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rocks Rewards.
Our second quarter sponsor for this first quarter on TV10 is CMA's Honda Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward, coming out of the timeout by Hedgesville. It's 4-3 Eagles over the Bulldogs. 3:57 left in the first quarter. Hedgesville is able to get the inbound. Almost passes the ball out of bounds, but a bit of a bump by Keyshawn Cheek onto Noah Brown will be a foul on Cheek in the backcourt.
Yeah, Cheek not happy with that because that's his second foul, which means he comes over to the bench. But you got to be careful, especially when you're underneath the defensive hoop for you. You don't need to go that aggressively.
Tay Wilmer gets the inbound, brings it quickly across into the front court. Now Hedgesville try to work some offense. Gainey drives by Bunny, dumps it off to Pitznagel, takes one dribble, gets his defender up in the air, and puts it up and in. 4 points for Pitznagel. It's 6-3. Josiah King comes into the game for Keyshawn Cheek. He has the ball now, guarded by Brown. Gets it over to Chase Shipley, who drives, pulls up from the free throw line, and he knocks it down over Gainey. 2 points for Shipley, makes it 6-5. Hedgesville still dealing with the full court pressure from Martinsburg. They get it up. Quincy Pitznagel gets the ball to the block. He makes the pass over to Xavier Kirk from one block to the other, and he puts the layup up and in. 8-5, Hedgesville.
Yeah, they broke the press easily that time. It was Gainey bringing the ball up the floor, though, instead of Brown.
Chase Shipley working against Kirk, drives, kicks to Bunny. Now we'll get it back to Jackson Steen, top of the key. Pace slows back down. Chase Shipley against Wilmer. Loses the ball, gets it back. Now it's Steen against Kirk. They'll get it out to Josiah King. Tries to drive in. Picks up the dribble by the block. Puts up a shot, no good. Awuna tries to save it, and he does. Bounces off an eagle. Ends up in the Martinsburg Bulldogs' hands. Chase Shipley for three, no good. Another offensive rebound as Chase Shipley dives on the floor for it. And as he slides across with the ball, they're going to say that he traveled.
That's a tough call, bang play there for the call. He was trying to pass it, he did so. He's trying to say it was before he slid or while he was sliding to try to make sure that the call shouldn't have been the travel, but the referee said when he dove to the ground, got possession, he was sliding, which he ultimately cannot do, and that results in the travel violation.
I guess as he was sliding across the floor, he, to use the word in the other sense of it, he traveled across the floor too far, which resulted in a traveling violation. 2:10 left in the first quarter. Tay Wilmer brings it up. Out of control, loses the ball, but it bounces out. Lucky bounce for Hedgesville, out to Noah Brown. Ball ends up in Xavier Kirk's hands. He tries to pull up from mid-range, blocked, sent back by Anthony Awuna. Here comes Garrett Height on the break. Puts up a shot. Gets the lucky bounce for the N1.
Ooh. Got to be careful with the excitement if you're Martinsburg. Steen trying to hype up Garrett Height, kind of giving him a little push to jolt the blood pressure, and Height wasn't ready for it. Lost his balance, collided with, I believe it was King, and he took a tumble.
First foul on Zandon Gainey. The 2 points makes it 8-7 Hedgesville. Garrett Height will try to complete the three-point play to tie the game with 1:53 left in the first quarter. Excitement in the gym after that one. Height taking his time, puts up the shot, no good. Free throw is rebounded by Xavier Kirk. The pressure comes immediately, but he gets out of it. Noah Brown quickly brings it across the timeline. Gets it, finds a wide open Zandon Gainey on the left block. Defensive breakdown by Martinsburg during the press leads to 2 points for the Eagles.
Yeah, everybody came out to guard Pittsnoggle in the right corner, but completely forgot to protect the paint.
Chase Shipley has the ball, kicks it over to Jackson Steen, left wing. Tries to make a move against Brown, can't do it, passes it back out to Shipley. Now King will have it. Way out by the 10 line from the volleyball court. The pass to Shipley, bounces off his shins. Ball ends up on the ground, stays with Martinsburg. King finds the bounce pass inside to Anthony Awuna for 2 points. Make it 10-9 Hedgesville.
I almost thought we were going to have another travel violation with them kind of moving around on the floor again.
Here comes Hedgesville the other way, under a minute left in the quarter. They quickly break the press and get the ball to Wilmer, who puts up a layup for 2. It's 12-9. Martinsburg coming the other way with 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Down by 3. Garrett Height, three-pointer. Gets the bounce. Hits off the rim, off the backboard, and then sinks it. 3 points for Garrett Height. 5 overall for him in the quarter. Makes it a tie game. Here comes Hedgesville. Going very fast to break the press. 22 seconds left. Here comes Wilmer. Pulls up in the paint. Mid-range jumper is good. 6 points for Tay Wilmer. Makes it 14-12. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Martinsburg has it. Chase Shipley, right wing. Gets it over to Steen. 6 on the clock. Tries to drive. Kicks it over. Josiah King. 3 on the clock. Does he realize it? Yes, he does. Pulls up. Three-pointer off the backboard. No good. Exciting, fast-paced first quarter here between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. We end the first quarter with the Eagles having a 14-12 lead. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll come back with quarter number 2. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
1 quarter down and 3 to go here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It's Hedgesville 14, Martinsburg 12. Tay Wilmer leading the way with 6 points in that first quarter. Hedgesville will keep the ball, start the second quarter. Wilmer has it, tries to drive towards the baseline and get around the defender. Steps on the baseline, out of bounds for the turnover.
Liked what I saw from Hedgesville in the first. At first, they were really kind of hanging around in the backcourt. You saw Brown picking up the dribble, which caused the double team due to the full court press from Martinsburg. A few minutes in, though, they started attacking. That's what they need to continue to do, attack the press, and then you'll find that guy wide open down low.
Awuna takes a mid-range jumper. It's an air ball. Ball ends up on the ground. Quincy Pittsnoggle gets it, passes it out for Hedgesville. Tay Wilmer on the break, tries to pass it to Gainey. He loses it as he tries to go up for the layup. Goes back to Martinsburg. Chase Shipley goes fast, ends up drawing a foul as he goes up to the rim. That one looks like it's going to be called on Quincy Pittsnoggle. Thought maybe it would be on Noah Brown at first, so that'll be the first foul on Pittsnoggle.
Yeah, Pittsnoggle was trying to say he went straight up, but he was just kind of late bringing those hands up, and when he was bringing them up, it made contact on the shot.
First free throw for Chase Shipley is good. Second quarter on TV 10, brought to you in part by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg and at Orsinis.com. Second free throw from Shipley is good, and we're tied at 14. Martinsburg still staying full court pressure as always. Hedgesville able to get it across half court. Noah Brown, now he's going to try to drive inside by the right block, picks up his dribble, and they'll say he picked up his pivot foot as well. And that's a travel and a turnover. It's King, Bunny, Shipley, Awuna, and Height out on the court for Martinsburg, and it's still the 5 starters for Hedgesville. Garrett Height, right corner, gets it over to King. Now Chase Shipley, top of the key, and they'll say he traveled as he started to go.
The refs being really stingy there with the initial kind of movement before the dribble off the catch for these teams.
6:56 left until halftime. Garrett Height steals the inbound, puts up a shot, and it's good. He's now your new leading scorer across both teams. Garrett Height off the bench has 7, and it's 16-14 Martinsburg.
Yeah, you saw him have a solid game last time these two teams played off the bench, and now you're seeing it here again.
And it's a steal. Ball's on the ground. Chase Shipley gets it over to Josiah King, and as he tried to go for a shot, he was stumbling, and they'll say that he traveled.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that might have been a make-up call because I think beforehand there probably should have been a kickball, even though it was unintentional with the ball rolling around in between the legs of Shipley and King.
So still 16-14. Martinsburg with the lead. Here comes Hedgesville. Sandangani gets it, drives into the paint, and turns it over on the bounce pass. And the ball's poked out of Josiah King's hand from behind, and Hedgesville will go the other way.
Both teams right now kind of getting a little sloppy, playing lackadaisical with possession.
Ball ends up in Quincy Pitznagel's hand on the left block. It's also poked out from behind, but it ends up going to Xavier Kirk, who now drives, kicks to Pitznagel, and he slams it down.
There you go. Keep feeding Pitznagel.
6 for Pitznagel. We're tied at 16 with 6 minutes left in the first half. Chase Shipley has the ball in the right wing. They go to the other wing for King. Now Garrett Height on the left block. Drives, backs down Sandangani, who falls. No call. He passes over to Awuna. Shot's no good. Hedgesville gets a rebound. They bring it the other way. Wilmer, Kirk, left wing 3, no good. Martinsburg gets the rebound. Chase Shipley. Now Bunny catches the pass, and they leave him wide open. Pull-up three-pointer is good. No one comes out and guards Kyrie Bunny, and he has an easy three-pointer to make it 19-16 Bulldogs. Hedgesville navigating the press again. Brown, Kirk, who drives, kicks out the three-point line. Tay Wilmer, his 3, short, no good. Rebounded by Chase Shipley. Here comes Martinsburg the other way, passes up to King, then to Awuna, who gets the hoop and the harm. And 1 for Anthony Awuna.
And Brown trying to plead his case down low, saying it should have been a charge, but they're saying he just didn't get the feet set in time. And Martinsburg right now with the aggression. That's what you need here in this rivalry. That's why in the first it was Hedgesville. They were the aggressors, attacking the basket, breaking the press. Now you see a spark coming in response from Martinsburg, which is why they've extended out to a 5-point lead.
Awuna makes the free throw to make it 6. The margin for the Bulldogs, and Awuna has 5 points. 22-16 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Hedgesville moving quick. Ball's already up to Pitznagel. Inside the three-point line, he got it out to Wilmer, now to Kirk. Martinsburg press, very aggressive. Kirk drives and kicks. Noah Brown called again.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
For the travel. Like you said, Colin, are calling it very tight on the initial movement before the first dribble off the catch. Chase Shipley on the other end drives, pulls up floater from about 10 feet.
And you can hear it from up here from Coach Church. He's wanting the same call there from Shipley, doing the exact same thing Brown did before the dribble and not getting it.
Xavier Kirk falls down in the backcourt as he tried to dribble, Ball ends up with Martinsburg. Drive, a kick out to Chase Shipley, a long two. Woo! And suddenly Martinsburg has a 10-point lead, 26-16. Timeout called by Hedgesville.
I don't know what's redder right now, Coach Church's face or the Hedgesville student section.
Let's take a 30-second break and be back with more EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
26-16, a big run by Martinsburg. Some calls not going the way of Hedgesville. Coach Kelly Church of the Hedgesville Eagles laying into the officials before the timeout, and now giving an impassioned speech to his team in the huddle. The buzzer sounds for the end of the timeout. The Eagles will try to stop the bleeding here. Down by 10 points. Our other second quarter sponsor on TV 10 is Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor, a fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. 4:11 left in the second quarter here. Hedgesville again having to try to break the press of the Bulldogs. Noah Brown across half court. Picks up the dribble, gets it over to Kirk, gets it inside, over to Gainey. Ball stripped away, but not without contact. Josiah King tried to rip the ball out and must have gotten some arm in there with it instead of just grabbing the ball.
Yeah, if you're Hedgesville, just got to take a deep breath. Still plenty of time left in this one. I know Martinsburg at least on a 10-0 run right now, and the difference for the opening of the floodgates last time.
The inbound goes right to Xavier Kirk, and he gets a quick 2 points to make it 26-18, cutting the lead to 8.
Last time was that 18-0 run, the difference in that last game. You just don't want to have that happen again.
Kyrie Bunny pulls up from the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is good. Gets it back to a 10-point lead.
All of a sudden, Martinsburg just can't miss.
3.5 minutes until halftime. Hedgesville gets it over the timeline. Xavier Kirk has it. Now back to Noah Brown. Back to Kirk, playing some two-man game between them. They pass it back and forth one more time. Kirk drives, puts a pass up to Pittsnoggle, who gets the 2 and 1.
Yeah, I think he was about to go up for another dunk, but Awuna just tried to hold him down. Good job by Pittsnoggle, though, to fight through it and still get to the free throw line with a basket.
Matthew Robinson will check in for the first time for Martinsburg as Chase Shipley gets a break on the bench. 28-20. Quincy Pittsnoggle with 8 points. Free throw, no good. Ball bounces around on the ground. Xavier Kirk ends up with it, puts up a shot and is fouled again, so make it 2 more free throws for the Eagles.
Keep getting there. That's what you need if you're Hedgesville. Keep attacking, get to the free throw line. Just got to make those, though. That's been an issue here so far. Too many misses at the charity stripe.
Kirk has 4 points on the night. He'll try to make it 6 here at the line. His first one will be no good, so the best he can do is getting himself up to 5. With 3:11 left in the second quarter. Trying to give the Eagles a 7-point deficit instead of an 8-point deficit. Landon Pence getting ready to check in. Both our free throws are missed by Kirk, but Hedgesville with another offensive rebound.
Pittsnoggle boxing out down low and then deflecting it out to a teammate.
Ball bounces around here. Zanagaini has it. Trapped near the corner. Throws it across court to Brown. Now inside the Pittsnoggle. Hook shot over Awuna is good. Quincy Pittsnoggle with 10 points here in the first half. Only had 4 in the entire first matchup against Martinsburg.
Yep, keep feeding Pittsnoggle down low. Martinsburg does not have anybody that can match up with him.
28-22. Josiah King drives, puts up a shot with the right hand, going to his left. Ball ends up rolling around on the floor. We'll say that Noah Brown got to the ball but was out of bounds when he got there.
Yeah, it was right on that baseline, and when he finally made contact, it kind of just started rolling with his left hand, and it touched. Good call by the ref that time around. And good job as a teammate by Pittsnoggle trying to grab away. I believe that was Wilmer who wanted to talk with the ref.
Josiah King will inbound for the Bulldogs. Throws it high and up towards three-point line for Kyrie Bunny. Handoff right to Jackson Steen. King has it again. Drives and a little bit of a stumble as he picked up his dribble. I think he wanted to pull up from mid-range but slipped a little bit. Tried to turn it into a pass, but 2 steps and then didn't really go anywhere up with a pass or shot with the ball, so it's a travel.
Yeah, it might be new shoes for him, and that could have been the reason why. Not enough traction on him.
Here comes Hedgesville. Xavier Kirk gets it across half court. They get it to Pittsnoggle on the left block. He puts up a turning hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Matthew Robinson. 2:08 left until halftime. Jackson Steen drives, kicks, three-pointer. Kyrie Bunny, too much. Jackson Steen gets the rebound on the air ball. Passes it back out to Josiah King at the top of the key, and he brings it back out. One-on-one with Wilmer, passes it. Corner, Kyrie Bunny, 2 for 1, no good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle. Hedgesville gets it up. Left wing, Wilmer, inside, left block, Landon Pence puts his shoulder into Jackson Steen as he tries to go up for the shot, so it's an offensive foul on Landon Pence.
Yep, clearly lowered his shoulder there to kind of give a push off. Smart call, good call.
1:38 left until the half. Josiah King will walk the ball up the court, going right to left. King, Kyrie Bunny, Jackson Steen, right wing, tries to drive inside and spin, picks up his dribble, passes it to Robinson, now to King, who also drives inside, spins, and a tough acrobatic layup for Josiah King, and his first 2 points of the night brings the lead back up to 8. Almost a steal on the inbound by Bunny, but he got a little bit of contact in there on Pence, so they'll call the foul.
Again, Martinsburg's defense. I like the full court press. I like the pressure that they put on. But when you're 90 feet away from the basket like that, you don't need to be up and personal. You can stay still about 3-6 inches away from them, keep them in the backcourt, get that 10-second violation. You don't need to go for the steal every time.
1:08 until the half. Hedgesville gets the ball in. They'll get it up across half court to Kirk. Now Wilmer gets the ball, right wing, pulls up, three-pointer's good. The lead is cut to 5. Tay Wilmer with another three-pointer. Gives himself 9 points on the night, and he gets a steal on the other end with 49 seconds left until the half. And then a bit of a frustration foul, perhaps, on the reach-in on the other way by Jackson Steen.
This could be a big moment here if he can knock down these free throws to cut into the 5-point lead here late in the second quarter.
Just a possession ago, 10 of Hedgesville's 22 points belong to Quincy Pittsnoggle. And now with that free throw, 10 of Hedgesville's 26 belong to Tay Wilmer. And he has a chance to add one more and make this a 3-point game. And he does. He's up to 11. And the lead is down to 3, 30-27.
Yeah, here in the past 3 or 4 minutes, it's a 11-4 run after that very frustrated timeout that we saw from Coach Church. So good response from Hedgesville since then.
Josiah King walks the ball up. Martinsburg taking their time on this possession. Matthew Robinson, right corner, dribbles it out towards the wing. Passes it left wing to Jackson Steen. Chase Shipley now has it. Pulls up left elbow. Tough contested shot, but it's rebounded by Awuna. Ball ends up to Jackson Steen. Top of the key. Three, no good. Almost a rebound, as kind of Robinson and Awuna might have both gotten in the way of each other, of really securing that rebound. Ball goes out of bounds off of Awuna and back to the Eagles.
Yeah, you can see Steen's frustrated with himself. It's rare as of late that he misses a wide open three like that.
19.2 seconds until halftime. Hedgesville gets the ball in to Gainey. He tries to bring it up. Ball's deflected. Goes right back to Gainey. Now he has an open path to drive. Fast break. Puts up the layup over Awuna, and it's good. 1 point game, 7 seconds until the half. Robinson, Shipley, 4 on the clock. Pulls up. Step back three, left wing. Too strong. Zandon Gainey ends the half with 2 points to cut Martinsburg's lead down to 1 when it looked like the Bulldogs were having a big advantage in that second quarter. 30-29 is our score at the half. Let's take a 2-minute break and be back with our halftime show. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you are certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak.
Ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
(30-29). Martinsburg over Hedgesville is our score at halftime. We welcome you into the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here at the half. Colin, Martinsburg started to open that lead up in the second quarter, but Hedgesville responded, and it's suddenly a 1 point game at the half when it seemed like the Bulldogs might be able to take out a nice advantage here in this one.
Yeah, it was 26-16 halfway through that second quarter, and it all looked like Martinsburg was about to open the floodgates again here on the Eagles, but Coach Church called a timeout and give credit to Hedgesville. They responded well after that timeout, closed out the quarter as best as they could, and they find themselves now only 1 point down.
Let's get to our first half stats, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. On the Hedgesville side, not a lot of guys in the scoring sheet. It's 11 points for Tay Wilmer and 10 points for Quincy Pittsnoggle. And then outside of that, it's only 4 points for Kirk and 4 points for Gainey, and that's all that we have for Hedgesville. On the Martinsburg side, the scoring is much more spread out. It's 8 points for Chase Shipley, 7 points for Garrett Height, 5 points each for Kyrie Bunny and Anthony Awuna, 3 points for Jackson Steen, and 2 for Josiah King. 2 early fouls for Keyshawn Cheek has him at no points so far. Let's take a 2-minute break. And on the other side, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini back in the studio. The N1 halftime scoreboard shows. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Microphone if I want to talk. Welcome into the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini. Your score here at the half, a good one between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. It's the Bulldogs 30, the Eagles 29 at the half. Not a whole lot going on in high school basketball. Actually, nothing going on outside of this game to my knowledge. So it's Martinsburg 30-29 here at the half. We move on to college hoops. The Mountaineers are currently in action. They're tied at 42 with the Cincinnati Bearcats. And in the NBA, the Washington Wizards trail the LA Clippers 71-60. Again, it's a busy week for us here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're off tomorrow night, but then we return with more high school basketball on Friday and Saturday. Martinsburg taking on Spring Mill Saturday. Martinsburg takes on Musselman. We'll take another 2-minute break as we're going to go a little quick here on the halftime show and then send it back to Colin and Dylan for the start of the second half. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Back here for the second half of Martinsburg versus Hedgesville boys basketball. Y'all Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here. Our TV10 cameraman's John Ollerton. And you just heard from Nick Verzolini back in the studio. The Ham 1 halftime scoreboard show, and it's 30-29 Martinsburg over Hedgesville right now, going into the second half after an exciting first 2 quarters.
I'm expecting some exciting third and fourth quarters as well here. Both teams matching up as expected.
Martinsburg starts the half with the ball. Keyshawn Cheek back in the game after not seeing much action in the first half due to getting 2 quick fouls. Chase Shipley has the ball, drives into the paint, mid-range pull-up jumper from about 12 feet is good. Chase Shipley starting strong after a good first half. He now has 10 points on the night. And after the inbounds, we're going to get a quick foul call on Kyrie Bunny.
You're not sure if that's Bunny's second or third.
It is his third, as they flash it up on the scoreboard.
And again, it was right off the inbound, just trying to reach in and go for the deflection and the steal.
Will immediately get a substitution for Bunny sitting down. And Garrett Height checks in, who at one point was the leading scorer for Martinsburg with 7 points. That's where he is now. Finds himself only behind Shipley. Tay Wilmer on the other end here for Hedgesville. Gets it to Noah Brown. He dribbles it over to the right wing, tries to drive it inside, tries to dump it off to Pittsnoggle. I think they'll say
we might have a foul against Cheek. Or are they just saying
I
somebody
believe
stepped out
it
of bounds?
was just an out-of-bounds call. Martinsburg touched the ball while out of bounds. So Hedgesville gets to inbound it from under the basket. Brown, bounce pass inside to Pittsnoggle, but it's knocked away immediately by Owuna and back out of bounds. Our third quarter on TV10, brought to you in part by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordofHagerstown.com. Quincy Pittsnoggle went up for either a layup or a dunk and smacked the ball against the bottom of the rim.
Yeah, I think he was trying to go for a dunk and he just lost it.
He was too
just
far.
Slipped out of his hand.
Too far under the basket.
Yep.
Ball ended up out of bounds off of Martinsburg, though. Pittsnoggle gets it, passes it to the left block for Gainey. Back out to Pittsnoggle. Now back around to Brown and Kirk. Kirk drives against Steen. And Steen was able to get his hand on the ball for a block, but it goes out of bounds again.
Yeah, they were trying to get it back to Pittsnoggle. He was open at the left block to go up for another slam.
Brown will inbound it again, bounces it into Pittsnoggle, kicks out to Gainey. Set something up. Brown has it now. Cheek guarding him. Kick it back over to Gainey on the right side. looking for room to operate against height. Back to Wilmer, who has a lane. Drives and kicks, passes it. Kirk loses it. Pittsnoggle ends up with it. And the short jumper from about 10 feet away on the right baseline is good for Quincy Pittsnoggle. 32-31. Jackson Steen, three-pointer right wing on the other side, rebounded by Pittsnoggle. And he tried to get it out to Brown. I think he passed it to where he thought Brown was, but he wasn't, so it's out of bounds.
I think you're exactly right. It looked like to me, Pittsnoggle just thought Brown was going to start going down the court and transition, and he never did, and that pass just too far ahead of him because of it.
So Martinsburg has it back, inbound to Cheek. Sets up the offense. It's Chase Shipley on the left wing, back to Cheek. Cheek tries to drive, passes it over to Height. Now Shipley, top of the key, tries to maneuver against Kirk, throws a shot up, and they'll call a walk against Shipley.
Yep. Took 1-2 too many steps.
Brown gets it into Kirk. Hands it right back off to Brown as the Martinsburg press knocks the ball out of bounds off of Noah Brown. So back to the Bulldogs goes the ball. Garrett Height inbounds it to Shipley on the left wing. Tries to drive against Kirk to the baseline, bounces it over to Awuna, who has to make a little maneuver to get that ball in, but it's a layup good for Anthony Awuna, puts the Bulldogs back up by 3.
Smart.
And almost a 5-second call. Hedgesville has to burn another timeout on an inbound attempt. 5:34 left in the third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with more EPAC boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Back here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, let's get you our other third quarter sponsor here on TV 10. Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. You can call them at 304-263-3361. 5:34 left in the third quarter. It's 34-31 Martinsburg over Hedgesville. And the Eagles, down by 3, have the inbound. They get the ball in against the press. Xander Gainey over to Tay Wilmer, gets it across half court, stumbles a bit against a little bit of a bump, no call. Chase Shipley drives the other way, and he does get the call against Xander Gainey.
Yeah, I like the original no call down there towards midcourt. Not sure how I feel about the foul there on the shot or not. Need to see the replay on that, on how much contact there really was.
Gainey's second will send Chase Shipley, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, to the line. He sinks the first. Gives Martinsburg a 35-31 lead. And he will sink the second as well to make it a 5-point lead for Martinsburg now. Here comes the full court press. Hedgesville, nice pass by Kirk into the front court. They beat the press. Now they'll set up in the offense. Half court. Tay Wilmer pulls up.
Bad pass.
Gets rid of doesn't take the shot, tries to make the pass, ends up a turnover. Here comes Martinsburg the other way.
Yep.
And Xander Gainey draws a charge against Anthony Awuna.
Yeah, Awuna just needed to turn around and give that one up instead of kind of lowering the shoulder beforehand. That just seemed like it was easily preventable, and he decided not to.
Second foul on Awuna. Third team foul of the quarter.
Coach Church not happy that they're always the ones that have to bring over a towel to clean up a wet spot, which is currently underneath the opposite basket.
That's how you know it's just one of those nights where the calls aren't going Hedgesville's way. When a coach is yelling about having to throw a towel.
I never want to throw in the towel. Don't give up, Dylan.
That's how you know he's upset about other things, but now he has a chance to yell about something else. Inbound.
For the record, Martinsburg did give the towel that time.
Yes. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Xavier Kirk. Drive, kick over to Gainey, who was open at the right block. 2 points for the Eagles. 36-33. Leads down to 3. Keyshawn Cheek on the other end. Mid-range jumper's no good. And they'll call a loose ball foul against Garrett Height. Give the ball back to Hedgesville. First personal on Height. So down by 3, Hedgesville gets the ball back. They'll work the ball into the front court with Wilmer. Over to Brown, now to Kirk on the right wing. Trying to set up some offense, gets it back to Wilmer. Dribbles it over to the left wing against Cheek. Now we're back to Gainey and Kirk. Kirk fakes the dribble handoff against Shipley. Drives in and draws the foul.
And it looks like it's against Steen there before he started to drive into the lane.
I ended up calling it on Shipley. His second.
Saw the one ref here put up a number 1 to Steen's confusion at first.
Called to the scores table ended up being for 3, so it's the second personal foul on Chase Shipley. There were 4:16 left in the third. Xavier Kirk, first free throw, rolls about halfway down and then bounces out. So lead stays at 3 for the Bulldogs. Kirk will get another shot at it, had 4 points in the first half. He'll take his time, one dribble, spins the ball, puts up the free throw, and that one is good. So now only a 2-point deficit for Hedgesville. Here comes Martinsburg the other way, setting up their half court. Ball into the right block for Awuna, guarded by Pittsnoggle. Drives, passes it over to the left corner for Height, then to Cheek, who drives in, no good on the layup. Awuna gets the rebound, puts up the shot, and is fouled. Like that call.
Yeah, I was about to say there was no way it was Pittsnoggle. It was Noah Brown they called it on, and I wasn't focused as to what Brown was doing there to know. So,
second foul on Noah Brown sends Awuna to the line. His first free throw is good. Puts the Bulldogs back up to a 3-point lead. Halfway through the third quarter here. Awuna with 8 points on the night, and he won't make it 9, but the offensive rebound by Steen. Kicks it back out to Cheek. Now he tries to drive in. He kicks to Shipley. Shipley now drives, left hand, floater, and one. Some jawing into the face of Pittsnoggle afterwards, too.
Yeah, those two have been going back and forth a little bit here and there. I saw some nudging for positioning earlier this game as Wilmer gets caught with that foul.
Shipley can't complete the 3-point play, but he is up to 14 points on the night, and it's a 5-point lead for Martinsburg. Wilmer picks up his dribble, trapped, finds Gainey near the right block, who puts up a layup, no good, rebounded by Awuna. Ball knocked away and stolen by Pittsnoggle. He puts up a shot, no good, but the rebound by Gainey.
Gainey pushed off.
Yep. They'll get the loose ball foul on Zandon Gainey.
Yep.
And that's his third. 2 quick ones within the last couple minutes for Zandon Gainey will send him to the bench. Landon Pence will check in. Gainey, one of only 4 Hedgesville Eagles to score a basket tonight. Jackson Steen pulls up for 3, no good. And we'll get a whistle on the rebound attempt.
Yep, now we'll get Height with a push off.
That's another one. It's his second loose ball foul in the quarter. Lucky for him, those are his only 2 fouls on the night. But that puts Hedgesville in the bonus. And Tay Wilmer will get to go to the free throw line. Wilmer had 11 points to lead both sides in the first half. Yet to score in the third quarter. And that changes on the first free throw. (39-35). Eagles have cut the lead to 4 now. And now they cut it to 3 as Wilmer goes 2 for 2 from the line. 3:20 left in the third quarter. Jackson Steen has the ball in the left wing for Martinsburg. Gets it over to Shipley. Wants a screen from Awuna, takes it to his left, gets the switch from to Pittsnoggle guarding him. Pass to Awuna, whose mid-range jumper is good. Some nice jump shooting and free throw shooting from Anthony Awuna tonight. Has him with 10 points. 41-36 is our score. And on the other side, Garrett Height tips the ball, gets the steal, saves it from going out of bounds. Here comes Martinsburg the other way. Keyshawn Cheek tried to pass it to Shipley, knocked off the hand of Shipley off the backboard, and Cheek.
I think there was a Hedgesville deflection too mixed in there.
Who puts in the 2 points. And that's Keyshawn Cheek's first 2 points of the night to give Martinsburg a 43-36 lead.
Never seen anything like that.
Tay Wilmer has the ball in the right wing. 2:20 left in the quarter. Nearly had a carry, but saved it as he bounced the ball a little too high there. Ball deflected by Awuna on the pass. Hedgesville keeps it though. Pittsnoggle has the ball, left block. As he dribbles, loses it, turnover. Here comes Martinsburg. Chase Shipley falls, passes, gets rid of it though to Steen. Now to Height, pulls up for 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Awuna, and he traveled as he tried to get rid of the ball. He almost got away with it there. Thought maybe he only got the 1 step in before he made the pass, but a little too close.
This game feels like it's most travel violations I've seen in a game.
There's been a lot of them throughout all 3 quarters and against both teams. Hedgesville works the ball up. Kirk, Pittsnoggle kicks it out. 3-pointer open for Wilmer, no good, but Xavier Kirk gets the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out. Wilmer goes 2 for 1. Long 3. This time it's good. Tay Wilmer cuts the lead to 4. 1:25 left in the quarter. Martinsburg on the other end. Up 43-39. Works the offense. Keyshawn Cheek taps his head, looking for a screen from Awuna. Rejects the screen. Guarded by Noah Brown. Drives in with his left hand. Puts it up and good. Keyshawn Cheek puts the lead back up to 6. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Hedgesville working quick against the press. Tay Wilmer has it, right wing, passes it to Kirk. Back to Wilmer, 3-pointer, right wing. It's good! Tay Wilmer getting hot from downtown. 45-42, Hedgesville only trails by 3. It's a quick 8-point quarter for Tay Wilmer. 45-42, 25 seconds left. Chase Shipley pulls up from 3, too strong. Almost a rebound by Wilmer, hits off his hands and goes into the hands of Martinsburg. Jackson Steen has it now, tries to make a pass. It would have been a turnover. It looked like they're going to call a foul as Steen went into the lane against Landon Pence. So Landon Pence picks up the foul as Jackson Steen drove into the lane, passed the ball right into the hands of a Hedgesville defender, but they'll say that there was contact as he made the pass. Coach Kelly Church,
keeping an eye on him. He's trying to be as careful as possible to avoid the tee, but he is not happy with that call.
His face incredibly red. We've mentioned it a couple times, that red face that he gets when he's not happy. And it's about the reddest it's gotten tonight, 46-42, with 14.6 left to go. Jackson Steen nails both free throws. It's 47-42. Martinsburg with the lead. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Hedgesville has opportunity for the last shot. Xavier Kirk picks up his dribble, goes to Pittsnogle. 7 on the clock. Wilmer pulls up from 3 left wing. No good. 3 seconds on the clock. Josiah King throws up from half court at the buzzer. Too strong. And we'll go to the fourth quarter with Martinsburg having a 5-point lead, 47-42. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the last quarter between Martinsburg and Hedgesville here. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
8 minutes to go. 1 quarter left here between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. 47-42 Bulldogs over the Eagles right now. Our fourth quarter on TV10, brought to you in part by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Hedgesville will start the quarter with the ball, down by 5. Working the offense around. Tay Wilmer, who has 19 points right now. Hedgesville loses the ball. Gets it back, though. Quincy Pittsnogle ended up with it. Sandon Gainey has it, guarded very closely. Far away from the basket by Jackson Steen. Gets the switch, though, as they get the ball to Kirk. Now a handoff to Noah Brown. Brown drives in, picks up his dribble, kicks out to the corner for Kirk. He drives, tries to put up a shot, and swallowing it up is Anthony Awuna. Martinsburg comes away with it on the break, 2-on-1. Steen to Shipley, gets it, and one. Chase Shipley, the layup and the foul. He's got himself 8 points in the second half to go along with the 8 he had in the first half. And he has a chance for one more and a chance to give the Bulldogs an 8-point lead.
This right here needs to be the moment of the game for Martinsburg to put the foot on the gas pedal, don't look back. Last night we saw Musselman blow a lead in the fourth quarter to Jefferson. If you're Martinsburg, you got to make sure you hold on here against Hedgesville.
Shipley missed the free throw. It's 49-42. And on the other end, it's a steal for Jackson Steen on the pass by Wilmer. Here comes Martinsburg on the break. Awuna layup, no good. Rebounded by Brown. He tries to fight his way out. And we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, we're going to get a reach-in foul called.
Yep. And looks like they're calling that against Awuna. His third. 6:56 left in the game. Hedgesville has the ball, trailing by 7. They're down by 10 at one point in the second quarter, and Noah Brown will call a timeout to avoid the 5-second call. And that's the third time in this game that Hedgesville has had to burn a timeout to avoid a 5-second call on the inbound after a made basket. We'll keep it here through the timeout. Colin, Martinsburg just able to keep the advantage a little bit. Martinsburg student section having some fun
getting their workout in, bench press in a
some human push
middle schooler.
Human bench press over there.
Everybody having fun here, and how can you not? What a game it's been.
It's been very exciting. This is a fun matchup. It's, known as the rivalry here in the EPAC, Martinsburg, Hedgesville. Right now, the home team has the advantage by 7 points with 7 minutes to go.
For the season sweep, which would be a big statement and pretty much lock up number 2 in the section for Martinsburg if they're able to hang on here. Obviously, number 1 most likely, unless something crazy happens here the rest of the season. Going to Spring Mills right now, undefeated, best team in the state. Hard to really not pick them to be number 1, but tonight these two teams doing battle once again, and it's meeting our expectations as another classic in the rivalry.
Well, as Coach Church said in his pregame interview, like you mentioned, Colin, this would be a regular season sweep for Martinsburg if they get the win, but as Coach Church mentioned, they're probably going to see Martinsburg a third time, and he said that game is going to matter a whole lot more than this one. And, of course, that means a matchup in the playoffs. Hedgesville comes the other way. They find Landon Pence, who drives in, finds an open lane, and scores, cutting the lead to 5 for the Bulldogs. Landon Pence's first 2 points of the night. On the other end, Josiah King throws the ball out of bounds off the leg of Xavier Kirk to avoid a turnover.
Yeah, good job by the freshman with the heads-up play, keeping possession.
Shipley inbounds to Awuna. And now the Martinsburg Bulldogs are working around the perimeter. Jackson Steen, one-on-one, passes it out to King, who will slow things down. Kirk comes out to guard Shipley. Shipley drives in now, loses the ball. Here comes Landon Pence, unevaded to the rim, and he blows the layup with the left hand. Gets the rebound, though, misses again. And Martinsburg gets the rebound.
That's just unlucky. You feel for the kid. Wide open layup and just went too fast with it.
A right-handed player up with the left hand. Couldn't quite get it in. 5:48 left in the game. Martinsburg again slowing it down. Josiah King dribbles it out near the half-court line. Hedgesville hasn't come out to meet him yet. Coach Church giving instructions out to his team. Looks like they may be moving to a 2-3 zone. Well, no, they do go to man-to-man still. They were set up perfectly for the zone if they wanted it.
Yeah, I think he was calling out the orders of who was supposed to be on what man.
There you go. And Martinsburg was happy to let them take the time to do that and run the clock out. We drive in, we get a foul.
Yeah, wasted about a good 30, 40 seconds.
4th foul on Zandon Gainey. Inbounded. Chase Shipley has it. Throws the ball back out to the three-point line. Now he gets it back in the right corner. Drives, kicks. Josiah King, top of the key 3. And they're going to say he traveled as he tried to put up the shot. I believe King had a play just like that on Monday against Hampshire.
Yep, he did that little jump step over to the side to set up the 3 to go up with, and they call it a travel.
Took 2 steps, didn't immediately go up with it. It was enough for the refs to call it. 5:09 left in the game. It's 49-44 Martinsburg. Noah Brown to inbound. Gets it into Wilmer. He's guarded by Awuna.
Got to attack.
Gets the ball across the court, but it's deflected off the hands of Pittsnoggle. It's a turnover for Martinsburg. They get it. Height has it, tries to drive in, can kick it out, and they'll call a foul. Height tried to kick the ball back out to Shipley.
Watching that, though, from Hedgesville is frustrating. You got to attack so that the double team doesn't come to you.
There's actually a jump ball called there. Or no, actually, it was the 3rd personal foul on Landon Pence, excuse me. Gets the ball over to Height on the right wing. He throws it over to the left wing for Steen. Ball's picked by Tay Wilmer. And then they get a foul on Martinsburg immediately on the other side.
Steen called with a reach-in foul right after losing it.
Bit of a stare down by Wilmer to Steen after that one. Both sides getting a little frustrated with the defense of both teams. They play tough defense. A lot of fouls in this game on both sides. Wilmer has it, avoids the trap, gets it over to Brown, kicks it to Pence, puts up a shot, and it's good over a height.
Good patience by Pence.
Pence with 4 points in the quarter makes it a 3-point game. 4 minutes to go. It's 49-46 Martinsburg. Josiah King pulls the ball out, run the offense over to the left wing for Steen. He dribbles over to the top of the key. Now a handoff to Shipley. He wants a screen from Awuna. Will he use it? He rejects it, but he throws the ball short, roll to Awuna. His shot, good defense by Pence. The shot was no good. Here comes Hedgesville the other way. And Wilmer loses control of it, keeps it though, and the ball ends up in the hands of Pittsnoggle under the rim. Second bucket of the second half for Quincy Pittsnoggle. Makes it 49-48. Hedgesville has cut the lead back down to 1 with 3:20 left to go. Timeout taken by Coach Dave Rogers. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
3:20 left to go. Hedgesville has cut the lead for Martinsburg down to just a single point, 49-48. Our fourth quarter on TV 10 is brought to you in part by the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin, just like they did towards the end of the first half, Hedgesville has gotten back into this one after Martinsburg took control for much of the half.
Yeah, they're hanging around, and that could be moment of the game if they do start to come back and take the lead. I thought there should have been an and one there for Pittsnoggle before that timeout. Thought I saw some contact from Awuna not being called. But here we are, it's a rivalry. I know it's a close game, but since it's a close game, that's why you need to stay calm. Can't have a technical here this late.
Now Shipley holds the ball out near the logo, guarded by Tay Wilmer, but giving him space. Wilmer a solid 10 feet away. Shipley just going to let the clock roll down as Coach Church looks to the bench to his assistants and now yells out the defense to the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles fans not happy, want Martinsburg to keep the tempo and attack, but either way, if the score was 49-48, Hedgesville with the ball, you'd see them doing the same thing right now.
Seems like Coach Church might be content to limit the number of possessions left in this game as the clock rolls down to 2:20. Shipley just holds the ball.
It's another epic chess match between Kelly Church and Dave Rogers, and Dave Rogers going to call full timeout to focus in and make sure he is the one that comes out on top.
Let's take ourselves another 30-second break. It's 2:09 left in this one. 1 point lead for the Bulldogs. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
coming out of the timeout here. 2:09 left to go. Martinsburg with the ball with a 1-point lead against Hedgesville. 49-48. Martinsburg was just rolling the clock down. I think Coach Church was strategizing, like you said, a chess match between him and Dave Rogers. And now here comes the tight defense. Chase Shipley guarded by Xavier Kirk. We'll get the ball over to Height, guarded by Gainey. Now back to Shipley, out by the logo. He drives against Kirk, gets into the lane, goes up over Quincy Pittsnoggle. Tough contested layup for Shipley. Puts the Bulldogs back up by 3.
It's still a one-possession game.
They get the ball inside. They get across inbound. Now across half court. Noah Brown dumps it off to Pittsnoggle. Looking for a lane under the basket. Dumps it out. Kicks it out. Three-pointer. Wilmer for the tie. No good. Gainey gets the rebound, though. I think we'll have a jump ball. Yes, we will. Possession arrow to the Bulldogs.
That's big.
1:29 left to go. Martinsburg has the ball and a 3-point lead. Shipley with a bump on Kirk as the ball is inbounded. Not enough to call it. Maybe a little bit of acting from Kirk, but regardless. Pressure from Hedgesville now, and we'll get another timeout by Martinsburg. Let's get in one more 30-second break here. We'll be back with more EPAC Boys Basketball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
1:17 left to go in a 3-point game here between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. The Bulldogs have the ball and a 3-point lead here. Keyshawn Cheek is checked back in. He gets the inbound. The ball will be worked around the outside. Here comes the pressure from Wilmer. Chase Shipley has it, and we'll get a little bit of a bump by Wilmer against Shipley. It'll be enough for the foul. It's only the first foul against Tay Wilmer. Excuse me. It's 4th foul. Martinsburg's in the bonus, so Shipley will go to the line. 18 points on the night for Shipley. And he misses the first. So still a one-possession game here with 1:07 to go. 4 fouls on Landon Pence, Tay Wilmer, and Zandon Gainey for the Eagles. And Chase Shipley goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Hedgesville gets the rebound. Xavier Kirk drives the ball inside. Blocked at the rim by Anthony Awuna. Keyshawn Cheek, big pass up for Kyrie Bunny. The ball's thrown, saved from going out of bounds by Shipley. And as there's a loose ball on the floor, we're going to get a foul called against Anthony Awuna. It's his 4th foul. It'll give the ball to Hedgesville, but it's only the 3rd team foul of the quarter. So Martinsburg still has one more foul to give with 49.6 seconds left and a 3-point lead. Get the ball inbound to Wilmer. Now back to Brown. Running the ball up into the front court, gets it to Gainey. Now gets it over to Wilmer. Now they have a chance to set up their offense. Wilmer's guarded by Awuna up top. Has the ball on the right wing now. Pulls up over Awuna, and I think Awuna got a piece of it for the block. Keyshawn Cheek got the rebound, and he is fouled and sent to the line. It's the 2nd foul on Quincy Pittsnoggle. 30.1 seconds left. Cheek has a chance to do what Shipley couldn't and make this a two-possession game. First free throw is good for Keyshawn Cheek, who went scoreless in the first half and now has 5 here in the second half. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the last 30 seconds of this one. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Coming out of the timeout, 30 seconds to go here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Martinsburg with a 4-point lead, 52-48. And they'll have one more free throw coming up from Keyshawn Cheek when the teams break their huddles. It's been a big-time game for Chase Shipley for the Bulldogs. 18 points. 10 of those coming in the second half. Keyshawn Cheek is the one at the line. Got in early foul trouble. Had no points in the first half. He's gotten himself up to 5, looking for number 6 to try to get closer to icing this game for Martinsburg. Second free throw up and good. Make it 53-48. Hedgesville inbounding. Wilmer gets it into Brown. He'll take it up, gets it into the front court to Kirk, and Kirk's able to draw a foul against Keyshawn Cheek. That was Martinsburg's last foul to give. It's the 4th foul on Keyshawn Cheek. Anthony Awuna also at 4 for the Bulldogs. Wilmer, Gainey, and Pence all with 4 for Hedgesville. We'll get the ball inbounded to Pittsnoggle. Almost, but it's poked away and stolen by Josiah King. And he'll get called for a double dribble. He was about to be fouled. It probably would have been the shot to completely put this game on ice at the free throw line. Hedgesville stays alive, though. And they'll call a foul before an inbound even happens against Kyrie Bunny. Now it's going to be his 4th personal foul. And Tay Wilmer has a chance at the free throw line to score his first points of the 4th quarter. He had 11 in the first half, 8 in the 3rd quarter. And now he sinks the free throw to give himself 20 overall for the game and cut Hedgesville's deficit to 4. 19.3 seconds left in the game. Wilmer's second free throw is good. Makes it 53-50. Landon Pence will check in for Tay Wilmer, probably to avoid Wilmer's 5th foul, as he's needed so much on offense. And before the inbound, we'll get another foul on Noah Brown against Josiah King. So now multiple possessions here in a row with fouls before the inbound. It's Noah Brown's 3rd foul. Both teams well into the bonus at this point now. Josiah King, the freshman, only has 2 points. Those 2 came in the first half. The lefty puts up the first free throw and puts it in. Makes it 54-50 here with 19.3 left on the clock. Colin McLaughlin will get a post-game interview with the winning coach as King sinks the second one and makes it a little closer to Colin talking to Dave Rogers And here's a steal as Noah Brown lost the ball, but gets it back, does Hedgesville. And Tay Wilmer gets it, tried to throw a pass, but was fouled in the midst of it by Awuna. And that'll be Anthony Awuna's 5th foul, and he'll go to the bench for the rest of this one. Fouled out. 10.6 seconds left to go. It's 55-50. Tay Wilmer, leading scorer for the Eagles, puts up the first free throw. No good. And missed free throws is something Hedgesville cannot afford to have at this point. Second free throw also no good, perhaps a purposeful miss, but it's rebounded by Martinsburg. Chase Shipley throws it out to Josiah King. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and we'll get a foul called a couple seconds later than Hedgesville probably wanted it, with 0.2 of a second left. And Martinsburg is going to move to 4-1 in the EPAC, 2-0 against Hedgesville, 8-3 overall on the season. 55-50. Josiah King will try to just simply make the final score a little wider. He makes the first free throw to make it 56-50. It's 5 points on the night for King, coming off the bench as he deals with a bit of a shoulder injury. Jackson Steen started in his place, put up 6 points on the night. 2 for 2 from the line goes King, make it 57-50. Last inbounds. Final buzzer sounds. Martinsburg Bulldogs move to 4-1 in the EPAC. Dave Rogers gets the best of Kelly Church for the second time this year. Much closer this time. It was 56-27 in the first meeting at Hedgesville. And this time, it's 57-50 on Martinsburg's home court. Hedgesville multiple times got back into this one when Martinsburg started to pull away. But it just wasn't quite enough in the end for the Eagles. The Eagles will move to 10-3 overall in the season, 3-2 in the EPAC. Both of those losses coming to Martinsburg. When Colin's ready, we'll send it down to him with Coach Dave Rogers.
Down here with the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Rogers. Coach Rogers, congrats on the win. Your team able to hunker down defensively at the end, knock down free throws. Overall, though, what were your thoughts on tonight's performance?
Well, I thought both teams hustled. I mean, there's a lot of energy on that floor. When it came down to the end, I thought our kids did a great job on the defensive end. Wasn't real pleased with a couple of decisions we made, especially with some fouls. But, you know, we're learning. We're young, and we're continue to learn. But well-fought game. I mean, it was a tough ball game to win. I told Coach, I felt like I've been through a war.
And with that war being won, you guys now get the season sweep against Hedgesville as well. Very crucial here in the section. Just talk a little bit about that and how much it means going forward.
Well, you know, again, it does mean a lot. Every game you play means a lot. You got to remember, we've played about 4 or 5 less games than everybody else because we get started so late. So, you know, we still haven't reached the half part of our season, and so we're going to get better. We're going to work at it. We're going to go back and watch film. We're going to correct our mistakes. I thought they did a good job taking some people away at times, but we gave up some easy buckets too and did some fouling when we shouldn't. But I'll tell you what, the kids gave their hearts. They come to play every night. And I told them before the game, this is a trap game. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, you just won on Monday. You're looking forward to Spring Mills on Friday, and now you've got to play somebody in between. And if you're not mentally ready to play, and I didn't think a few of our kids were mentally ready to play. You know, sports is 75% mental. Let's face it. I mean, these high school kids are all pretty equal. So you've got to be ready mentally to do what you need to do.
All right. Congrats on the win, Coach. Thank you for the time. Back up to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you Coach Dave Rogers, the winning coach tonight. 57-50 victory for the Martinsburg Bulldogs over the Hedgesville Eagles. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics have moved to a new location. Our RNI team has moved to a larger custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. RNI teams now located in the new Spring Mills office include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming patients at this new location in Spring Mills. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
57-50, Martinsburg gets the win over Hedgesville here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Welcome into the Palace Lounge postgame show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Dylan Bishop, Colin McLaughlin with you on the Palace Lounge postgame show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin, a couple times Hedgesville came back into this one, a couple times Martinsburg pulled away to about high double digits, even a 10-point lead here and there. But as Coach Rogers said, it felt like a war the whole time.
Yeah, it did, and what the war came down to in the end was free throws. Be interesting to see what both teams' final percentages were from the free throw line, but they're late. Martinsburg was able to knock them down, and early on here in the game, a lot of times Hedgesville was only going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. I think it wasn't until maybe late in the second, early in the third, can't remember exactly where it was. It's all blending together in my head, but there was one time I think that I saw of Hedgesville, or the first time at least at that point, that they made both free throws during their trip.
Well, let's get into our post-game stats here. Brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. On the Hedgesville side, 50 points was not quite enough tonight. They got 21 from Tay Wilmer and 14 from Quincy Pittsnoggle, but not quite enough from the rest of the group. They got 5 from Xavier Kirk, 6 from Zanagani, and 4 from Landon Pence. And those are all the scorers for Hedgesville here tonight. On the Martinsburg side, they're able to get the win. 6 points each from Josiah King, Jackson Steen, and Keyshawn Cheek. 7 points all in the first half from Garrett Height. 10 points, 5 in each half from Anthony Awuna, who ended up fouling out towards the very end of the game. And then Chase Shipley leads the way with 18. 8 in the first half and 10 in the second half, as Martinsburg gets the 57-50 win. With that, let's get into some of our awards for the night. starting with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and a great pricing for a job done by experienced, certified technicians. Give them a call at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin, your rejection of the game.
Rejection of the game early there in the game goes to Anthony Owuna down low with a very nice swat. So his length and just being able, it feels like, to jump himself out of the gym, and definitely showed on that.
He's really the one guy from Martinsburg that is really to protect the rim very well, and it's a tough matchup against Quincy Pittsnoggle. They only had 4 points in that first matchup, got himself to 14 tonight, but still wasn't enough for the Eagles. Let's go on to our moment of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Moment of the game is going to be the final 90 seconds, crunch time, as it may be called, defensively, Martinsburg. Just fantastic job hunkering in, holding Hedgesville to only the 2 free throws that they got off a silly foul, but other than that, they were able to cause turnovers, waste some time, and hold on to the win, and that's what you need there late in a ball game in that situation.
I think you're right there. And finally, our player of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, and online at Orsinis.com. Colin, the player of the game, is?
Initially, I wanted to give it to Height because of the timeliness of his 7 points, but it's hard not to. You got to give it to Chase Shipley.
Could have probably given Height the player of the first half, for
right.
sure.
But Chase Shipley, 18 points, able to be the leading scorer and lead this team to victory, so you got to give him player of the game.
All right, before we send it back to Nick Verzlini at the studio, any just final closing thoughts on this one, Colin, as Martinsburg moves to 4-1 in the EPAC, 8-3 overall. Hedgesville moves to 3-2 in the EPAC, 10-3 overall.
Great game as expected, always here as usual in this rivalry. Look forward to most likely seeing them a third time around in sectionals, and looking forward to our game back here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse Friday night against the #1 team in the state, Spring Mills. Can Martinsburg make it a little bit more competitive this time will be the question, or is Spring Mills going to continue to dominate anybody in their way?
You see plenty of us here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse and plenty of Zool's frozen lemonades for our guys over here that we're always glad to have.
Zool's frozen lemonade, they'll be here at the Martinsburg game and at the Hedgesville Musselman game Friday.
There you go. So signing off here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, thanks to our cameraman on TV 10, John Alderton, Colin McLaughlin, my color analyst here. Next to me, I'm Dylan Bishop. We'll send it back to Nick Verzlini at the studio. Following this 57-50 win for Martinsburg over Hedgesville in EPAC Boys Basketball, this has been that EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Hoping you have a great rest of your Wednesday night.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
We welcome you into the post-game scoreboard. I'm Nick Verzolini here on the post-game scoreboard show. Your final score tonight from Martinsburg, they defeat Hedgesville 57-50. In men's college basketball, WVU gets a win over Cincinnati 69-65. The Mountaineers, are now 8-13 on the year. The Wizards drop tonight's contest to the LA Clippers 125-109. They are now 9-38 on the season. That will do it here for the And One Scoreboard show. We'll take a that'll just do it. And then, of course, tomorrow we will have for you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nothing tomorrow basketball-wise, but Friday is what I meant to say. We will have Martinsburg taking on Spring Mills, and then Saturday, Martinsburg taking on Musselman. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the studio, and have a good night, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.